disorderly conduct for the language you've been using?
I didn't cuss. They're cussing at me.
I'm not talking about cussing. What I'm saying is, you're saying they're all gonna die and getting roped.
No. They're saying the same to me, and you're gonna give me a disorderly conduct.
They've gotten the vaccine. They're gonna die anyway.
That's what I said. You're gonna die off. You've gotten the vaccine. I didn't say no. So how are you going to give me a disorderly conduct if you don't even know what I said? I got it right here on camera. I know exactly what I said. So what is my disorderly conduct charge? Supervisor? I need a supervisor.
You guys are protecting them.
Right here.
So how can he give me a disorderly conduct if that's not what I said?
Another day, another bigoted demonstrator trying to demonize an entire community's existence. And we have seen just how out of hand these bad faith phony protests can get, as you should now be familiar with this footage from a brawl that happened outside of an LA school board meeting, who thankfully stood firm with their support of the LGBTQ+ community in the face of actual physical violence, as Fox News continues to fuel the fire of anti-LGBTQ bigotry.
This uptick of violence is real, and you've said it already. 1 in 5 of every hate crime is motivated by anti-LGBTQ+ bias. The other reality that we know is true.
And of course, we have covered, a lot of what they're talking about in terms of crimes against that community, so on and so forth. But the question that is of issue today that they were talking about with the star athlete Riley Gaines is biological men in women's sports.
So on and so forth. Come on, Harris.
We have covered, a lot of what they're talking about in terms of crimes against that community, so on and so forth.
The bigots at the school board meeting, the demonstrator, they all share the same goal: eradicating the existence of the LGBTQ+ community.
You can't just throw it disorderly at me and not tell me what your name is, bro. Get out of here. No. Tell your department to get you a body cam so you can back up what you say.
That's why they don't have them, though.
So you can just lie on people.
Exactly.
Because I said that they got the vaccine and they're gonna die off soon. He said I said something threatening. He didn't even know what I said.
So far, the officer who originally warned the man for disorderly conduct hasn't taken him into custody or even issued him a citation or ticket yet, as the man behind the camera, you get it, will continue spewing hateful nonsense. And hey, free speech, so long as it's not threatening. If only all demonstrators are given the same grace by police.
I got no problem with my sexuality or yours.
It's not about the sexuality, it's about grooming children. We had no problem when the drag queens were in the bars. The drag queens belong in the bars. They don't belong in our schools. They don't belong in our public libraries. They don't belong in this public area, okay? They belong for adults, not for children. Look at that kid's only 2 years old. He don't even know what the hell a drag queen is.
No, God in hell.
It's better than raping them.
Hell is not a cuss word, honey. It's a place.
My head hurts too. I mean, whenever you see someone like this spouting off these disgusting talking points that, well, they don't even add up because they're not based in reality, you just remember, this is what they truly stand for.
Republicans want to ban trans kids from sports, but they won't ban child marriage in states like West Virginia and Tennessee. The same party systematically taking away women's reproductive rights across the country. The same party that won't lift a finger as our kids are massacred in our schools. That takes NRA blood money instead of addressing an actual problem like gun violence. Now wants to use protecting girls as their sick excuse for targeting trans kids. This bill would mean more trans kids, already vulnerable as it is, would be bullied, beaten, and killed. It would deprive trans kids of the opportunity to learn about teamwork, discipline, and sportsmanship. It shouldn't be a radical idea to respect people for who they are. And it shouldn't be a radical idea to love people for who they are. And I say to my Republican colleagues, stop the lies, stop the bigotry, stop the hate, leave kids alone.